From our frequency table, we can then now create what we call a column graph. This is just basically a visual representation of the frequency table. By the way, another name for a column graph is called a histogram. So how do we create a column graph? Well, first of all, you'll need a grid. And from this grid, you draw your x-axis that goes along there, and your y-axis that goes along there. Okay, and then in your x-axis, this is where you always put your score. In this case, it's the number of children per household. And as you can see, the possible scores are from 0 to 5. So therefore, we put it 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your y-axis is your frequency, which is from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 7, according to the frequency values here. Okay, so that's your x-axis here, and this is your y-axis. You will notice that all of the columns all have equal width. Okay, so the same thickness, and then when you draw the columns, there are no gaps between the scores. Okay, for example, with 0 children, there it is. Frequency is 4, so you draw it up to 4, and it straddles halfway through the x-axis scores. See, and there's usually half an interval at the start, or at the beginning and at the end of each graph. So to create a frequency table, a histogram for this frequency table, it would look like this. Okay, so just to recap that, you have your x-axis here, which is your score from 0 to 5. There it is. Your y-axis is your frequency based on the frequency values here, which is from 0 to 7, 0 to 7. All the columns are the same thickness. So you can see there's no gaps between the columns. Each column straddles, or roughly in the middle of the whatever x-axis score it is. Not roughly, but it is in the middle of the x-axis score. And there's usually a half interval at the start and at the end of the graph.